Hello, hello. Who's on this evening? I'm just here to say hello and Happy New Year. I'm walking on my treadmill. I haven't been on here in a while, and I am ready to get back in the flow and see everybody. So if you hop on, say hey, so I'll know you're on here. I'm on my treadmill in my office, and how was everybody's Christmas? If anybody's on here, how was your Christmas? Hello, hello. If you're on here, say hey. I don't see any chats yet. Can y'all hear me? If you're on here, can you hear me? Can you? I don't see any chats yet. Tell me how you are, where you are, what's happening. This is so weird what you can see and what. This. And you can see the top of my bookshelf behind me. I guess I could do that. Then you can still see it. All right, say hello. Who's out there? What's happening? I will introduce myself. I'm Evie, and my coaching business is Happily Even After, because I teach people, show people, lead, and guide people how to live happily even after they think their life has fallen apart. Because sometimes it feels like life falls apart, but it really hasn't. What's actually happening is it's falling together. You just don't know it at the time. I know for me, when my ex-husband, he was my husband at the time, and he left our home, and we had 11, 12, and 13-year-old boys, and I thought my whole world was over, and it hurt really bad. And so I ended up raising the boys for the most part by myself. And my husband lived with another woman, but he made me think we were working on our marriage. He really made me think that. He told me there was no other woman over there, that he just needed time to think. And we were together. When we were together, we had a lot of fun. We really had a lot of fun. And so I believed him. And after 4 years of living like that, I realized I don't have to live like this anymore. A lot of things happened in the middle of it. I changed a lot. I grew a lot. I became a better person. And then we got the divorce. And then within a month of the divorce, my third son got cancer. And he went through 2 years of treatment. He went through 10 months of treatment, 6 months off treatment, and then was re-diagnosed, and then passed away 4 months later. And so that left me an empty nester. I was 50 years old. My third son that passed away was 17. My middle son was 18, and he graduated the next month. And my oldest son was 19, and he had graduated the year before. And so he was off on he was in a traveling ministry, and there I was, a single 50-year-old divorced empty nester that had a son pass away. And it hurt. And so what I did that first year is I thought I could give back to people. That's that's the only thing I could think of that I could survive the next year. So I went on a whole bunch of mission trips and different teaching trips. I went to different ones, taught English, went on some different ones that built things in different countries. And so the year after my son passed away, I went to 6 foreign countries. Yeah, and survived. What ended up happening was, so he passed away in April, and a year later, like in April and May of the next year, I got a pool. I decided all of a sudden when I was home for Memorial Day, is that right? Memorial Day, yeah. I thought, I want a pool. So I went out and I got a pool. And then I had one more trip scheduled. And when I was on that trip, I couldn't wait to get home to my pool. And so it was really amazing that was what. Oh, thank you, Greg. Thank you. Okay, I didn't see that till now. It's kind of covered up. Okay, wait a minute. What just happened? Hold on. Sorry. This is crazy. Okay. So hi, Greg. Thanks for joining in, and Happy New Year to you too. So my pool. I got a pool, put it in my yard. I've wanted one for a long time. My boys were all on swim team. We just never did it, and I never spent the money on it. I spent the money on taking them on trips and different things. So anyway, I was on the last trip scheduled for that year, and the year went from like May to May or like June to June, actually. By the time my son passed away at the end of April and all the things, it was June before I went on the first trip. And anyway, my pool is what drove me back home, and it was really a lifesaver, because before that, when I would come home, I would just hurt so bad and cry and be upset. And so anyway, yeah, I was alone, empty nester, and I began teaching school. That's what I used to do, and I started teaching school again. Thank you. Hello. Welcome. I'm just telling my story, retelling who I am. Now I'm a 56-year-old empty nester, single, divorced. Hello, Ronnie. Hey, welcome and Happy New Year. Yeah, so I was telling the story of when my son passed away in 2018, and I came back home after a year long of trips and serving other people so I could survive the death of my son. And then I began teaching school. And I loved it. Loved the students, but I didn't love the curriculum and such that year. And so I began watching YouTube to make it through, like motivation, like how can I make it through this day, And so anyway, I scrolled. I didn't scroll across, like, when the video ends and then a new one pops up. Well, Bob Proctor came up in my motivational thread, and so I started watching Bob Proctor, and I'm like, I don't know who this is, but he's pretty good. Very passionate and romantic songwriter and drummer. Awesome. Very good. Romantic songwriter and drummer. Sounds amazing. Do you play with a band on a regular basis? Or do you play at home? My son is a musician. One of my sons is a musician. They all dabbled in it. So I'm walking on my treadmill, and I hadn't been on here in a while, so I hopped on. So that's what I'm doing, kind of reintroducing myself. And hey, Gerald. Hello. Happy New Year. Good to see you. Thank you for all your support and comments all the time. I appreciate it so much. So much. So thankful. Honest, loyal, trustworthy, fun, loving, caring, giving, heartfelt, and always from my heart. Ronnie, that sounds amazing. Are you dating someone? I'm guessing you're not. I do date someone. Actually, his name is Ron. So we've been dating for a few years. Awesome. So are you in a band, or is that your full-time job as a songwriter and a drummer, or do you do something else? I think playing musical instruments is absolutely amazing. I wish I could do that. I did not learn yet. A beautiful lady like you should not be single. Well, I date somebody, but I really like living alone. I really like being alone. I'm happy. I'm happy with the situation that I am in, so it's okay. But thank you. I still feel like a teenager, even though I'm not as close to being a teenager as I used to be. But I'm blessed, I'm healthy, and adventurous, and all the fun things. So I'm looking forward to getting my speaking career going. I want to lead retreats and all the fun things and go to all the countries and all that. Speak on stages and tell people my story, people who are hurting and they feel like their life is over. Southern and blues music. Awesome. Where in the world are you all from? Southern, does that mean Southern South? Southern Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama? Any of those? Kenya, Africa. Early morning. Oh, well, good morning. Good morning. And it's 7 p.m. here. So I had some coaching calls, and then I haven't been on my treadmill today, so I got on my treadmill. And I'm also in the middle of writing my book. So I'm super excited about that, because when I do that when I'm on my treadmill too, I start telling my story into my phone. And then when I read it back, I'm like, this is so cool. So hopefully soon I'll have that ready, promoted, finished, published, and all that good stuff. Single and in a band. What, is that your full-time job, Ronnie? I'm single from Toronto. Oh, Jacksonville. So I mean, Toronto. I dated a guy from Toronto, actually. No. He was from Ontario. He's from Windsor. Oh, wow. All right. Cool. Yeah, I've driven up to Windsor, Detroit. I've flown to Detroit, driven to Windsor, driven across the border, had a funny but scary story with Border Patrol. It's crazy. I got the one that ask all the questions, interrogate. It's crazy. It was interesting. It was my first time across the border. And I had turned my phone off because I didn't know if it could cross. I mean, not that it could or couldn't, but I didn't know if it had coverage. So I didn't want to accrue any charges. So I turned my phone off. And anyway, I got lost. Yeah. So, but I was found. All is well, but I was in Windsor, right past Detroit. Oh man, it wasn't ever like that again. And I went several times. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, this guy was a little bit extra because all the lines, say there was 20 lines to get in the country. I was in the longest one, and I thought maybe I should change because I thought there was a problem, like because it wasn't moving. And it was my first time to cross the border in my car. I had flown before a few times over into Toronto and different places, but this was driving. This was my first time. And so he was asking, like, what are you eating? What are you doing? Where are you staying? What's the address? How do you know them? How long have you known them? Where'd you meet them? And I understand if those are the questions you got to ask, but he wanted the address where I was staying. And I went to pick up the piece of paper off the seat. He goes, don't touch anything in your car. It's the only way I know the address because it's written down. Anyway, it was interesting. And I got in, and that never happened again. So it was definitely a one-time thing, but none of the other things were happening that way. People were just going through, like kind of normal-ish. So yeah, anyway, that was in Windsor, right at the Detroit. That's the only place I ever drove in. I think I went to Niagara Falls, but I think I was on the American side that time. I went to Niagara Falls another time, and I was on the Canadian side, but I was staying in Toronto at a hotel. Yep. Have y'all ever been to the United States? Travel to Toronto. There's an airport downtown. Yeah, I flew in there once or twice to the Toronto airport and then stayed at a hotel twice. That was for a different time. What states have you been to? And Gerald, have you been to United States? All over the United States. Awesome. Like even down south, you've been to I breed baby chicks in our family farm. Oh, cool. Security surveillance. Ooh, I bet you have some stories to tell. That sounds super exciting. But Europe, but not USA. Oh, gotcha. My ex-wife was American. And where in the world does she live? Or is she from? Where was she raised? You breed baby chicks on your family farm. That is interesting. How many baby chicks, like, are they born in a certain time of year? Or are they born every day? Oh, Michigan. That's still way up there. And you're way, well, yep, Michigan. That's close to, I mean, y'all could commute with each other. Did she move back to the US or what country did y'all live in when you were married? How does that work? Y'all could both go to each other's country? I don't know how that works. So, Gerald, baby chicks, like, how many do you have and how many are born every day? How does that work? That sounds so cool. That'd be like a good school project. I was a school teacher before she moved to Florida where it's warm. No, not warm, hot. Awesome. She moved a long way away. How long ago did y'all divorce? So in like 2013, I gotta think of what year it is. If it were still 2024 and 13. My husband left in 2012, but we didn't divorce until 16. Do y'all have children? Gerald, you are single, 32 years. All right. Do you have a lot of brothers and sisters that help and live on the family farm and help raise baby chicks? My daughter-in-law wants some baby chicks. She lied and lied and lied and lied. I hear you. Okay, now, Ronnie, was she the kind of liar that you didn't really know she was lying? Like, how did you? My husband was a liar, and I didn't know it. Like, I did not know it. Like, smooth. Because and the part of the thing was, for me, is I didn't know somebody could lie that much and that often and not get caught or not confess. And he didn't do any of them. He never caved. He was solid in his lies. Gerald, your sister lives in New York. Awesome. No children. All right. Wednesdays in my country in Kenya. Okay. I have not been to Kenya. 2 sisters, one in New York, one still at home with you, huh? Or did one get married? So Ronnie, was your wife a pathological liar or blind in love? Yeah, I was too, I guess. It's so strange though. I mean, like, I didn't think he could lie like that. Like, and just smooth, just like smooth as silk. Oh, cool. Cool. Ooh. All right. So I own a rental cabin now, and I have a guest that just checked in. One sister stays in your country. So you're the only child who still is at home with your parents that helps on with the chicks? You were deeply in love. Me too, Ronnie. I absolutely was in love and thought there was no other thing going to happen in my life but be in love with him and be married to him forever. Okay, marriage is worse in my country. Women are really oppressed. Oh no. In love, she was my everything. Yeah. Ronnie, that's how I felt. And so, Gerald, that's sad that women are oppressed. Is there any type of action trying to change that, or is that just how it's always going to be? What do you think? And do you have plans to get out, or you plan to stay? So, Ronnie, how long were y'all married? You've been divorced 11 years, but how long were y'all married? In U.S., women have a say. Yeah, it's true. It's true. We do. So, Gerald, what are your plans? Like to stay with your family or maybe come to US? Okay, awesome. Like to see your sister? Ronnie, I give her my true deep love, caring, respect, loyalty, happiness, feeling, touch. I know. I hear you. I did the same thing. I totally did the same thing. So I understand what you're saying. I believe what you're saying. And even though you did all of that, she still lied. And then did she cheat too, or she just lied? I don't lie. Cheating is lying, but you're going to migrate. You're going to migrate to America and just go wherever, or stay close to your sister. Does she like it in America? Gerald, does your sister like it in America? In New York. That's what's so far from here. Awesome. Okay, I was more than magical. Oh, awesome. So do you want to date again, Ronnie? Have you dated again, or did it, like, what about that? And did she cheat? Like, how did she leave? Like, what I'm assuming she left, because you wouldn't have ever left her. And even if she would have stayed and been cheating, you'd have probably still stayed, because that's what I did. And I'm just assuming, because that's what I would have done. I could have stayed living like we were living forever. You're ready. Yeah, after 11 years. Good. Yeah. I remember feeling that love again after my husband, after we divorced. Yeah, and it's a good feeling. And it's out there. And it's possible. She says America is hard, but if you are born in a third world country, you can survive in the USA. Yes, wow. Now, what does she do in America, or what does her husband do? And how did they meet? That ought to be an interesting story. So, Ronnie, have you dated anybody else since 11 years ago? Making romantic candlelight dinners. Well, I hope you've made some in the past 11 years, because if not, that's a really long time to wait. I'm free to go anywhere. A city like New York is not for me. Awesome. Yeah, New York. It's so funny to think of this. So I dated a guy from Brooklyn when I was in college. And when I was writing my book, if y'all have been on here the whole time, I've been writing my book. And I was talking about the guy from Brooklyn that I was dating that really played a big part in my life. And then I dated a guy from not Toronto, but Ontario. The country is better than the city. Like the country here, like just country places that are remote. Yeah, I dated the guy from Brooklyn, and while I loved it at the time we were in college, but that wasn't for me. Gerald, the husband is a naturalized citizen and came to U.S. as a refugee. Oh, interesting. So they met in Kenya, and then he came, and then he brought her. How does that work? Sounds interesting. But so what does he do now? What's his job? So Ronnie, you've been able to make romantic dinners for some people, some of the ladies you've met, but you just hadn't found the one. Is this right? I'll wait for you to answer that before I ask other ones. I've been watching your heartfelt videos for months, and you're truly beautiful, sexy, heartfelt, loving, caring, giving lady. Thank you so much. Okay, so you haven't found the one, even though you've made some of these candlelight dinners, and so I hear you. Okay, so my next question, Ronnie, is: are you over your ex-wife? Like you're over it, you've forgiven her, you've moved on, and you're ready to find someone new? Is this where you are, or where are you? No. Gerald, they met in Kenya. She came to U.S. Gotcha. Okay. Wow, amazing. Does her husband like it in New York? And what does he do? Like, how does he have a job that's why he moved there and stayed? And is it in New York City? even when both of you are white. Different people from different countries. Yeah, very much so that was, and this is now true. Okay, so Gerald, even when both of you are white, different people from different countries have different behavior. Very true. Very true. Different towns, different neighbors have different behaviors in the same town. So very true. Very true. Syracuse. Okay. Okay. So Ronnie is over the ex-wife and ready to move forward. Perfect. 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 So Ronnie, do you have a different job in addition to being in the band? And Gerald, how many chicks do y'all, baby chicks do y'all have at one time? Or like, how does that work? Do you have some and then every day you sell some, or how does it work? Okay, he's a biotechnician. Oh my goodness, that sounds really, really smart. So we have to have. You like that? This is funny. Okay, so I have 2 grandbabies, and one of them is 6 months old and just tried potatoes for the first time. So they sent me a video, and he had his spoon, and he's got it all over his head, and so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, a biotechnician sounds amazing. Is that in a hospital? And you hatch 100 every 3 weeks just for the farm. Wow. In my studio working on a new song, I play the drums 3 hours a day. Cool. Do you go live and play live like that? It's a good way to share your talent. Here or on other platforms? And Ronnie, is your family like in Toronto? Am I saying it right? Like we would normally say Toronto, because that's how it's spelled, right? Toronto. Is that right? Toronto. But I know I've been there enough to people say it's Toronto. Just say his work is technician on hospital. Okay, yeah. So I'm in the right. You're on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Yes, Vancouver, Italy. What? Vancouver, Italy, Switzerland, Germany. That's a lot of family in a lot of places. That's awesome. Gerald, did you find me on Facebook? There's a link on I think there's a link. Beacon's link, and it has all my stuff. If you click on each one, then you could find my Facebook. Are you the same name on Facebook? So if you friend me, I'll know. And Ronnie, Vancouver. So y'all are way on the East Coast, and then you have family way on the West Coast in Vancouver. And then Italy, Switzerland, and Germany. Wow. I've been looking for you on Facebook. Yeah, I'm Evie Shaw. Okay. So when you, let me see. Let me look. Okay, so when you're on YouTube, then you click right under Hi Friends, I'm Evie. Oh my goodness gracious. Hi, friends. I'm Evie. You can't really see it. And then I'm walking on the treadmill right there. If you click that, then all four of those come up. If you click that beacon link right there, see beacon? Oh, wait a minute. I've lost y'all. Hold on. Okay. If you click the beacons link, that'll bring that up. And then right there, those are all the different platforms I'm on. And so one of those is Facebook. Okay, when you click on that, does my Facebook open? Because I'm not logged in because I got logged out just a few minutes ago. So let me know if that's happening. Okay. Saw your post. I'm a free bird. Leave on Facebook. Okay, let me know if you found me. Okay, where are we? Where are we? Maybe send you a friend request. I'm truly happy for you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, before you shared you were seeing someone, I wanted to share with you and ask you out for dinner, sharing conversation and laughing together. That would be quite a distance, Ronnie, but thank you for thinking about me and a free bird. So do you mean just like you like going all over? You travel a lot? Is that, or is, well, thank you. Thank you. Yes, Gerald, send me a friend request. That would be good. Okay, sorry. So Ronnie, I think if you want to date someone, that someone is out there for you. Maybe. I'm a free bird deep within my loving, caring heart. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's a good characteristic. And there's some lady out there who would love to have a loving, caring, honest person. For sure. For sure. Okay. So do you work outside your home besides the drums? Did we cover that yet? Love to travel with me. Well, I hear ya. Right now, I'm dating Ron. So, but I do love to travel for sure. And I want to start traveling more to do my speaking from stage. Did you watch did either of you, Gerald or Ronnie, watch my my speech it's on YouTube, and it's when I spoke in Bali last June. Have y'all seen that yet? If not, that tells my whole story about even when I was younger and the whole deal. It's right. See that one with my speak your truth? I know and feel we would be magical together in every way. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's a nice compliment. I appreciate that. But for now, I date someone, so I can't do anything else at the moment. And that's okay. We can be friends. I can encourage you and support you in your journey out of a heartbreaking situation. For sure. For sure, for sure. So, I'm getting hot. I have this sweater on and I'm walking on my treadmill for 45 minutes now. So, but I may be blushing. The light's bad. I have this light above me and I have that light over there. And then I have another one over here. It's helping. And a little. Oh, there we go. I didn't have it turned right. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to have to go eat my supper because it's 7:30. Walking on the tread. Actually, I may be. I may be. But I'm going to eat my supper. Did y'all already have? So, Ronnie, have you had your supper? Because you're almost 9 o'clock. And then Gerald had breakfast. Did y'all already eat for today? Breakfast and supper? I've got to go. I don't know what I'm going to have. I've had ham like every day because I bought a big ham and had it left over. Did y'all have ham? Some people don't eat ham. That's not something they do. All right. Yes, I made salmon and pasta salad soup. Amazing. That sounds great. Now, where do you get salmon? Do you buy it? And do you say salmon? That's another like Toronto. You didn't tell me if I'm saying Toronto right. Toronto. I haven't watched Power Failure on Our Farm right now. My town, poor internet. I'll watch it. All right, Gerald. Well, have a good day and take care of those baby chicks. Find me on Facebook. I want to see some pictures. Do you put pictures of your baby chicks? And Ronnie, that sounds like a really good supper. I wanted to share that with you. Awesome. Sounds like some delish heartbreaks happen in a relationship. They do. Sometimes heartbreaks happen in relationships and then the people can stick it out and grow closer. That can happen. And then sometimes, like in my case, my husband just kept having more affairs. So that didn't happen. But yes, it can happen and it can be better. It can make the relationship better and closer if two people are working on it. I don't know what that word is. I guess I do not. I've not heard of that word. I don't even know what it is. Like an app or a food or... Thank you, Gerald. Talk to you soon. Thank you for your support and always commenting. I appreciate it. Waiting for breakfast. Awesome. I'm going to hop off. So, thanks for sharing your heartfelt thoughts and feelings. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank y'all for chatting with me this evening. It's been fun. Getting to know you better. And y'all know where to find me. And I'll be back. I plan on doing lives more often. Thank you. Good night, y'all. Bye.